Hi everyone! In this video tutorial I want to talk about conic sections, which are curves that can be created by intersecting a plane with a cone, and that's why they are called conic sections. So what I have here is a circle as a base of the cone, and to make it you can go to solid, select cone. It asks me what is the base of the cone. You select your center. Right now my center is not turned on in my OS snap, so I move my mouse here, select center, and now I should be able to select it. If I put my mouse on the outer side of the circle, it automatically snaps onto it. And now I have the circle. I can extend it to a certain diameter or radius. And once I click it, then the command says where is the end of the cone. And I can select this point, which I have previously put in the side view as the end point of my curve. So once you create this cone, you can mirror it. So what I go is type in mirror, and I go to either my side or right view. I would prefer front view here because nothing is in its background, and I select a line parallel to the x-axis, and I mirror it. So once you have these two cones placed like that, you can intersect planes in different angles to create different conic sections. Let me bring in a picture of what we want to have. Let's try this one. Okay. So this is what I mean by intersecting a plane with the conic section. I have created those planes in advance, so I am just going to turn the layers on so that you see it. If a plane is parallel to the base of my cone, and if I intersect it with my cone, I will get a circle. Let's give it a try. Intersect. It asks me to select objects to intersect this plane, this surface, and I make a new layer so that the intersected curves are placed in that new layer, and I hit enter. If I turn these two off, you can see my circle being created. Another way to intersect would be to intersect a plane at any random angle, like this one. And in this way, I will get an ellipse. So if I type in intersect, this time select this yellow plane and my bottom cone, hit enter, and turn these two off. This is what has been generated for me, and it's currently placed at an angle, so in the top view you don't get to see what exactly it is. I'm going to turn on my plane again and rotate 3D this one so that I get to see it. So I type in rotate 3D. I only want to rotate the ellipse, but I will be using this plane to help me guide the axis. So once I'm selected, it asks me to start the rotation of axis. I want to rotate it along my y-axis, which is this side of the plane. So this is the start of rotation axis, and then it tells me what is the angle that it's currently at and what is your preferred angle. If I hold shift, it will place it in the XY plane. So if I turn it off that layer and move the ellipse here, you can see it. So this, when I select it and I go to details, you see that it's identified as a curve, but the geometry, the curve is an ellipse. So I can go and redraw an ellipse on top of it so that you can see they both match. So if I go to curve, ellipse, and let's say what the diameter does. Start of first axis, second of first axis, and then pushing it out, moving one of these aside, and this is a cleaner ellipse without all of those extra control points. So this is my ellipse, and then I'm going to turn on my layers back on. The third way that you can intersect a plane with a conic section is to, let's see, put it in parallel to this line that I had previously drawn here, this line, which is kind of the line that is forming the outer side of my cone. And if we do that, let me bring in the comments. Okay, I do not currently have them, but if you do that, I think you are going to get a parabolic shape. The other way to intersect them is to put a plane parallel to the axis of the vertical axis of the cone, and you will be getting these two curves outside of your conic section. Let me go back to see if I can find the reference image from the architectural geometry book. Okay, this is the image from architectural geometry book that I was looking for. As I mentioned before, if you use a plane parallel to the vertical axis of the cone and intersect with both of the cones that were mirrored in two points across the cross section, you would get these two curves that are hyperbola curves. The one where you were using a plane parallel to the outer line of the cone, you would be getting the parabolic curves. So if I go back to my conic sections and intersect these two together and turn off my planes and cones, these are my hyperbolic curves. And when I want to, if I want to use them, rotate them, I would be using the cutting surface as a guide to rotate them. For this one, for the hyperbola, it's straightforward because it only needs to be rotated 90 degrees to be placed on the XY axis. Whereas with these angled curves, it might be a little bit more tricky. So it would be good to just rotate them using the plane as a guide. So if I do rotate 3D with this one and only select the curve, I don't need to rotate the reference surface. Start of rotation axis is going to be around my y-axis. The rotation angle, you first select the existing angle and then you hold shift to project it or place it on the XY plane. And I can manually move it, grab the corner of it and place it on the origin. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I will be putting some pictures of the architectural geometry book for your reference so that you have access to detailed descriptions of these conic sections if you are interested. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.